It's 2021, everyone. Welcome to another year of behind the scenes in the jewellery world. So this year I thought I would actually start off by looking at my most popular ring design from last year. And the reason being is that even though it was my most popular ring last year, it has now transferred already onto this year, as it has been my first commission of the new year. And I actually wanted to show you how the same design for a ring and the same making process for a ring can look completely different according to what stones you use, what shape stones you use, and what finish you give the ring. Now, you might remember in my previous video about the making of my most popular ring that in fact I had shown you a few variations, and I had done one in silver with a lovely blue stone, I'd done one in gold with a lovely green stone, and since then I've made a couple more. But this time I'm actually mixing the metals together, which is something that I've always wanted to do, and this has given me the perfect opportunity to do so. And it has given a beautiful, beautiful colour. Now, you might remember from the previous video, from last week's video, that I had actually shared my most glamorous commission from 2020. And I had spoken about the mixture of silver, gold, and the dark blue of the sapphires. Well, this commission is actually for the same woman, for her birthday. And I can actually talk about this now because her birthday has come and gone and she has already received the ring, and she is also happy for me to talk about it and actually show you guys. But this ring was a fantastic opportunity for me to push this design further because she wanted to have a same or similar look to the neck piece that she has, so that she can wear them together. So while the neck piece is blue, silver and gold, the ring is also blue, silver and gold. Instead of having a sapphire for this one, however, we do have a sky blue topaz, which is absolutely gorgeous. It is a light blue, but it works really, really well in contrast with the gold. So I've made a silver band that goes around the finger, and then for the actual setting of the stone, it is in 9-carat gold. So you've got that beautiful warm colour that is wrapping around the stone, and yet you've still got that coldness that actually complements the stone really well that comes off the band itself. So it's absolutely beautiful to do, and seeing these two metals mixed together when you're making it, for me, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, another thing that you will have seen in the previous video is that, okay, you've already seen that no matter what stone you use and what metal you use, each ring is going to look different because each stone is unique, each even finger size makes it look slightly different, and the metal hugs it in a certain way. But even by just taking that one simple design of just having a nice solid setting around the stone and just a very simple band, each one looks different. But in this case, it looks even more different because I'm not just doing a simple round stone in that same high shine finish, but I am actually using an oval stone, which already changes the look of the ring considerably because this ring design is centered entirely around the stone. It is a design that actually, because it is so simple and sleek and classic, that it is made that way because I want the stone to have personality. I don't want to have loads of things that detract from the stone itself. I really want it to be simple. I want it to be something that you can wear every single day, but something that still has that wow factor because the stone is beautiful. So in this case, the stone is quite large, it's an oval shape, and it's a beautiful colour. So let's just try and do it justice. Now, for this ring as well, another thing that makes it look completely different is the finish of the ring, which is something that I've not particularly spoken about before. So when you actually get a ring, a lot of the time you will just have like a high shine on it. And there are advantages to just going for the simple high shine because it actually does last a little longer. When you give something a proper high shine, that shine tends to last for a lot longer. And when you polish it again, it's much easier to maintain from a buyer's perspective, because all you need, as I've shown you in my previous videos, is just to clean it with a silver polishing cloth or a gold polishing cloth, and that's all you need to do to just give it that extra little bit of shine and keep the tarnish from coming on, and that's literally all you have to do. With a matte finish, which is what this ring is, it looks absolutely stunning, I have to say. I absolutely adore matte finishes. This is a nice frosted finish, so it makes it look like there are loads and loads and loads of little diamonds almost going around it, because it's catching the light in certain ways, and it just gives it, as the word suggests, a frosted feeling, that kind of icy feeling. So that's what I've done for this ring. However, this might be slightly more tricky to maintain. With a frosted finish, not so much, because you still have the same cleaning process, but there are loads of different kinds of matte finishes that actually can be a little bit trickier. If you've got a more subtle matte finish that maybe we create by using mixtures of sandpapers or different kind of texturing materials, sometimes to keep that nice matte finish is a little bit tricky, because if it bangs into anything else metal, you'll get what looks like a scratch on it, but it's actually not. It's just that part has been polished, so that matteness won't keep for as long. So that is why I tend to use a frosted finish, because that, again, it has more longevity to it. It gives a really nice feel, personally, I think. And again, you just clean it with a polishing cloth and that should be you done. But it can actually shine over time. So this is something that you might want to take back to your jeweler if you buy something from a specific jeweler. If you buy anything from me, I always say just bring it back and I can just give it another little shine for you. I can rematte it, and then you're absolutely sure that you know exactly what's going to happen to it, and that you're very happy to receive it back exactly how you got it the first day that you were gifted it or bought it for yourself. So, a little bit of a tangent there, but as I was saying, just having that different finish to a ring sometimes can just make a huge difference. For this ring in particular, just having that band in that frosted finish, it just really transforms it and makes it look completely different from the other rings that I had previously made with a high shine, as you can see. Now, personally, I think it always looks really nice when you've got a really nice high polish still on the top of the setting to really just offset the stone, because I think that the sparkle and the shine from the metal and the sparkle of and the shine of the stone really complement each other, and it just looks really neat and crisp. And I actually really like having that really defined line of where the shine is, where it's rubbing over the stone, and then where the frosting is for the rest of the setting and the rest of the ring. So that's just something that I think is absolutely gorgeous. But each to their own. If you really like a matte finish on the top as well, that is completely your prerogative. And this is definitely something that you should think of when you are commissioning a ring for yourself or for someone else. If you want something that is high shine, it's really kind of glamorous and really sparkly, or whether you want something a little bit alternative which has this maybe frosted feel and just gives it that little bit of an edge and just makes it and transforms it into something else. And again, maybe have a think of different combinations that you can do of matte and shiny, matte, shiny. I just love working on these little particulars. And as I said, I love looking at this same exact ring and the different permutations that it can have by just changing a tiny, tiny detail of it. Even just by changing the stone shape very slightly, because I've only gone from round to oval. Imagine what it would look like with a marquise cut. Imagine what it would look like with a pear shape. Imagine what it would look like with a square. It would look completely different each time, but still have that classic style, which in my mind is just timeless. And again, if you take something that is just that simple with a round cut and just the exact same ring, but suddenly have a frosted finish to it, again, it has transformed the ring. It is completely different. So if you are interested in possibly getting one of these rings for yourself, have a think of exactly what you would like. What color combination would you like? What finish would you like? What shaped stone would you like? just have a little bit of a research around and have a look. Personally, I always send you to gemstone dealers. If you come to me and say, right, I'm not sure what gemstone I would like this color scheme, I would like that color scheme, I tend to send you and to have a look at the gemstone dealers that I like to deal with, that are all ethically sourced and ethically mined, because that gives you a tangible idea of the actual stone that you could be picking for this ring. And picking a stone is actually a very personal moment. And personally, I like you to be able to say, that's the one I want. That's the one that I really, really like. That is my stone. Instead of just saying, you pick something. You know, this is your ring, it's your story, it's something that you will be wearing hopefully for the rest of your life, and it's something that could be passed down from generation to generation. So especially with a ring like this that is centered entirely around the stone, you should be the one picking the stone. You should be the one saying, that is exactly what I want. Then whether you want to buy it or you want me to buy it, that's completely fine either way, because obviously I deal with stone dealers a lot more. So you might say, right, that's the one I want, you go ahead and buy it and just get all your stuff. Or you might say, actually, I'm going to buy it and then I'll send it off to you or pass it on to you and you just set that for me. And you might even have a gemstone that you want to repurpose from an old piece of jewellery that you don't wear, something that's been handed down to you, that maybe you love the stone, but the style of the ring isn't quite right, you can't wear it every day. It's maybe something that's not you. So have a think about that. But definitely these are things that you can start looking into if you really like this style of ring, or any style of ring, to be honest. I love just making stone set rings. So if you say, no, that's really plain, too plain for me, I want something really grand and extravagant. But these aspects still apply. So think about the stone, think about the colour, think about the shape, think about the size. Think about the ring. Do you want it to be very simple and classic and something that makes the stone really stand out? Or do you want something busier that's maybe not everyday wear, or maybe is everyday wear but just really flamboyant and makes the stone really pop, but there's a lot of other things happening there, or maybe has multiple stones? Something along those lines. So have a think of the stone, have a think of the style, and have a think of the finish. Do you want it shiny? Do you want it frosted? Do you want it matte? Do you want it a mixture? Have a think. Now, these are all conversations that I have with every client, so you may come in with one idea and actually I'll show you a few samples, I'll show you a few things, and you might actually come out with something completely different by the end of it, because it's a little bit like going shoe shopping or dress shopping. You go in with one idea, you come out with another because you actually realize that you prefer something more. But that's something that is a conversation with us. But if you're starting to think about a few rings, then have a little think about these three aspects, and that already gives you a picture of what you could potentially be owning in a month's time if you write to me now. So if you do want to commission me for a ring like this or like any other, but if you particularly like these ones that you've seen happen throughout this video and you like the making process and you like the result, then just write to me directly anytime through my social media at Lorna Design, or through my website at lornaromanenghi.com, and I am always here and happy to hear from you. And again, if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, then please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notifications button, which will keep you up to date to any new videos coming out. And if you have any requests for any videos you would like me to put out, any topics that you would like me to cover, then please just get in contact, just leave me a comment down below, and I'm more than happy to make that video for you. I want to make sure that all your jewellery questions are answered to the best of my abilities anyway. So thanks again for watching, and see you next week.